Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be looking at building agile supply chains.
Yeah.
And we've got some research here from Supply Chain Insights, LLC.
Excellent.
And looks like we're going to be talking about some pretty big names today. We got IBM, Clorox, Gel.
Yeah, this is a topic I'm really excited to talk about.
I am too.
Only 1 in 3 companies right now believe that their supply chains are actually working effectively.
Wow.
So this is definitely something that needs attention. And, there are some new approaches that I think will really resonate with the listeners today.
I hope so. So let's talk about agility. What is it? Is it just being fast? Is it being reactive? Or is there something more to it?
Well, it's certainly part of it, right? Being able to react quickly.
Yeah.
But it's more than that. Agility is really about maintaining cost and quality and customer service, even when demand and supply are volatile.
Yeah, so being flexible in the face of uncertainty.
Exactly.
But still delivering on those promises.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the interesting thing is there isn't one right way to do it. There are different types of supply chain responses, and it's about picking the right design.
Okay, so you're saying there are different types of supply chain responses.
Yeah. So you've got things like responsive supply chains, which are all about speed and quick reaction times. So think about things like flu vaccines or seasonal items where demand is predictable, but the timing is unpredictable.
Yeah, you got to be able to ramp up production really fast.
Exactly. And then you have efficient supply chains, which are really great for managing large volumes and keeping costs down. But maybe not as adaptable.
Yeah, that makes sense. If your demand is stable and you have predictable production cycles, and you can focus on efficiency.
And then, of course, you have agile supply chains, which are all about performance, even when things are volatile.
Right.
So new product launches, promotions, custom products, that sort of thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's about aligning the right design with the right product flow.
Yeah, don't try to manage a responsive product with an efficient supply chain.
Exactly. You're going to run into problems.
Right. So Supply Chain Insights highlighted some tactics for building this agility.
Yeah, we'll be getting into that.
I definitely want to talk about IBM
and
their demand networks. It sounds like they had some pretty good results.
Really impressive. So they had this problem with excess inventory and price protection in their channel.
Okay.
And they developed this tool called IBIP, the IBM Buy Analysis tool.
So a demand network to get that clear picture of demand.
Yeah. It helped them rationalize their inventory and improve their responsiveness to the market.
Okay.
But it wasn't easy. There was some pushback.
Well, yeah, I imagine if you've got sales teams who are used to incentivizing distributors to hold a bunch of inventory, it's hard to change that mindset.
It is. But they managed to get through it with some policy changes.
Okay.
And interestingly, the 2008 recession actually helped.
How so?
When the economy tanked, distributors were much more wary of holding all that extra inventory. Suddenly, the risk was a lot more apparent. And the value of that IBIP insight was clear. It became less about pushing product and more about aligning with the real demand.
Necessity is the mother of invention, huh?
You could say that. The results were great. 50% reduction in inventory, which freed up capital, reduced obsolescence costs. They even improved customer service and gained market share.
That's fantastic. Now, Clorox, they used value stream mapping. I'm really curious about their approach.
So they were all about aligning their supply chain design with their product lines and their growth strategy.
Okay.
And they used value stream mapping to really get a full view of their operations.
So they were trying to visualize that whole supply chain and pinpoint the bottlenecks and inefficiencies.
Exactly. And a big part of their success was leadership.
Okay.
James Foster really drove this initiative.
So it wasn't just about the tool itself, but the vision behind it.
Absolutely. And they did a great job of segmenting their supply chain to match the needs of different products, different markets.
That makes sense. Everything's not the same.
Exactly. There are trade-offs between cost and speed. And they made deliberate choices.
Fit for purpose.
Exactly. And the results show that they've got this diverse range of products, but they're still competitive.
Yeah, that's a great example of tailoring your approach. Now, Shell, their demand-driven transformation, they had a pretty unique set of challenges, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. The oil and gas industry,
Yeah.
super volatile. But
Yeah.
it shows that even massive organizations can really embrace these demand-driven principles and see the benefits.
Cool. What do they do?
They moved away from that traditional MRP system
Okay.
and embraced a more holistic approach with things like demand sensing and DDMRP.
Can you remind folks what DDMRP is?
Yeah, sure. Demand-driven material requirements planning focuses on positioning inventory based on real demand.
Right. So having the right inventory
Yeah.
in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. And this was crucial for Shell because oil prices
Right. Always.
up and down constantly.
Yeah.
And they had this single instance ERP system that was actually making the bullwhip effect worse.
Oh, so the system that was meant to give them that integration and efficiency was actually working against them.
Yeah. Classic example of how traditional systems can sometimes get in the way. So they needed a more agile approach. They used simulations to really show those benefits.
Yeah.
And it was compelling. They saw improvements in their planning, reduced inventory, and they were much more agile even with all that market volatility.
So a powerful testament to that demand-driven approach.
Definitely.
Now, I know we have some other examples.
I do.
Are there any that stand out?
Well, World Kitchen is a great one. They managed finished goods complexity really well.
How so?
They were very disciplined about product rationalization, and they reduced their poorly performing items by 42%.
So really being strategic with that product portfolio.
Yeah. Recognizing that too many options can actually slow you down.
Yeah.
By streamlining, they simplified operations, reduced inventory complexity, and just became more responsive overall.
That's great. I feel like we covered a lot of ground in this first part.
I did.
Of our deep dive. We talked about agility.
Yeah.
Different supply chain responses and some really fascinating case studies.
Yeah. And we just scratched the surface.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot more to explore.
There are more tactics, more insights.
Yeah.
And we'll be getting into all of that in the upcoming parts.
Awesome. We'll be back soon to continue our exploration of building those agile supply chains.
Looking forward to it.
And we'll have even more practical examples and actionable takeaways for you.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned.
Welcome back to our deep dive on agile supply chains.
You know, we've talked about some really great case studies.
Yeah.
IBM, Clorox, Shell, really impressive results.
Yeah, and, we touched on some other companies, too.
Yeah. World Kitchen, Rockwell Automation.
AGCO.
Campbell Soup Company.
A lot of different approaches to agility.
Yeah, and I want to talk about S&OP.
Okay.
Sales and operations planning. It seems like a big theme in a lot of these success stories.
It is. It's really a cornerstone of agility.
Yeah.
Over 80% of companies already have some kind of S&OP process in place.
Wow, that's a lot.
But it's not just about having it, it's about doing it well.
Right.
The research actually highlights 9 characteristics of a mature S&OP process.
Okay.
And one of the biggest ones is strategy.
Makes sense. You got to have a plan.
Right. You need to know where you're going.
Yeah.
S&OP should help you get there, translate those goals into something real.
So it's about aligning those high-level goals with what's happening on the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without that, teams can get lost. Right.
Lose sight of the big picture.
Yeah.
So strategy is key.
Okay, so what else makes for a mature S&OP process?
Balance.
Okay.
It can't just be about sales or just about operations.
Right.
It's about finding that middle ground.
Meeting customer needs,
Yeah.
but also being efficient.
That's it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 75% of companies
Wow.
struggle with this.
Really?
They just can't find that balance.
That's a lot of companies.
It is.
So they're not really getting the full benefit of S&OP.
No.
Interesting. What else is important?
Organizational discipline.
Okay.
Having a clear schedule, roles, responsibility,
Structure. Yeah.
consistent outputs.
So a process that people can trust and follow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need that rhythm, that predictability.
Okay, so how do companies actually improve their S&OP?
We talked about demand networks.
Right, like IBM's IBIP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're all about reducing demand latency.
Okay, remind me what that is again. So it's the time it takes for information about purchases
Okay.
to flow back up the supply chain.
So getting a faster picture of what's happening.
Yes, yeah.
Instead of relying on old forecasts.
Right, like in the past it was all about orders.
Right.
But with more products, globalization,
Yep.
microsegmentation,
It gets messy.
it does. Things change so fast.
Yeah. And that's where demand networks come in.
Okay.
You're getting data directly from where things are being consumed.
Point of sale.
Yeah.
E-commerce. Cutting out the middleman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that visibility, you can react much faster.
Being proactive instead of reactive.
Exactly.
That's agility.
It is. And, there are other ways to do this besides IBT technology, like point-of-sale data capture, collaborative forecasting platforms, analytics.
So it's technology, but also process improvement.
It's both working together.
Right.
And, of course, you need that culture of data sharing.
Yeah, you got to work with your partners.
Build those relationships.
Trust is key.
Absolutely.
Right.
We also talked about value stream mapping.
Right.
Clorox had some success with that.
Yes.
I want to hear more about how that works.
So it's a visual tool to map out your entire supply chain from start to finish.
Raw materials to the final product.
Yeah, okay.
And you use it to find areas to improve.
So like a blueprint of your supply chain?
That's a good way to put it.
And you're looking for those bottlenecks?
Yep. Redundancies, inefficiencies.
Getting a really good overview.
It's about seeing the big picture.
Yeah.
Understanding how everything fits together.
Yeah.
And streamlining the flow of materials and information.
I feel like that would be valuable for any company.
It is.
Yeah.
And Clorox showed us how you can use it to segment the supply chain.
Right. Different products, different markets.
Exactly. Because there's no one size fits all.
Right.
Some things need speed.
Yeah.
Others need cost optimization.
Tailoring the approach. Exactly. And you can use value stream mapping to make those choices.
So it can drive both efficiency and agility.
It can.
Depending on what you need.
Right. And it's not a one-time thing.
Okay.
You have to revisit it.
As your business changes.
As your products change.
Yeah. Now, we also talked about managing finished goods complexity.
Right.
And I imagine that gets really tough.
It does.
As your product portfolio grows.
Yeah. More SKUs.
Yeah.
More complex.
More forecasting headaches.
Well, yeah.
More obsolescence, potentially.
Definitely. More variability. It
Yeah.
just slows things down.
So finding that balance between offering variety and managing that complexity.
That's the key.
That's where product rationalization comes in.
Yeah.
Like World Kitchen.
Exactly.
They had some great results.
They did.
So how does that work?
Well, you start with a deep dive into your products.
Okay.
Look at sales, profitability, strategic importance.
So what's working?
Yeah.
That's not.
What aligns with your goals? And then you use that to decide what to keep.
Okay.
What to phase out.
Yeah.
What to maybe change.
This sounds like it needs input from a lot of different teams.
Oh, yeah. Supply chain, sales, marketing.
Everybody's got to be on the same page.
They do.
Yeah.
And you need a clear process.
Right.
Who's doing what, who's making the decisions.
So this is not a one-time thing either.
No, it's ongoing.
You're always evaluating.
Always optimizing.
Making sure your products align with your goals.
And keeping you agile.
Yeah, like World Kitchen. So by this part, we've talked about the importance of S&OP.
We have.
And some really great tactics.
Demand networks, value stream mapping.
Product rationalization.
We've seen them in action.
In real companies.
IBM, Clorox, World Kitchen.
Great results.
But there's more.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about connecting planning to the factory floor.
Okay.
Digital manufacturing.
Yeah.
And product platform rationalization.
Awesome. Stay tuned for more.
More to come.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into building agile supply chains, I want to get into some of the more technology-driven tactics.
Okay.
Things like connecting planning to the factory floor and embracing digital manufacturing.
Yeah.
Really interesting stuff with a lot of potential, I think.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot of innovation in these areas and some really transformative results.
Let's start with connecting planning to the factory floor.
Okay.
What exactly does that mean?
It's about bridging that gap between, your high-level plans and what's actually happening on the shop floor.
So making sure that your strategic planning actually translates into something actionable.
Right.
Everyone's working from the same playbook.
Exactly. And Rockwell Automation is a great example of this.
Okay.
They went through this whole digital transformation, embracing design thinking, supply chain personas.
Interesting. So they really focused on the people involved.
Yeah, they wanted to understand the needs of their users.
Both internal and external.
Right.
It wasn't just about the technology itself.
Exactly. It was about empowering people and improving their workflows.
And they really focused on total cost of ownership.
Yes. Not just upfront costs, but the long-term impact.
Maintenance, training, potential disruptions.
All of it.
A holistic view.
They knew that true efficiency and agility meant considering every part of the supply chain.
And it paid off.
It did. They improved their on-time fulfillment rates, reduced lead times by 50%,
wow,
and significantly decreased those past due orders.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, a testament to that connection between planning and execution.
Okay, so what about digital manufacturing?
Well, AGCO's story is a really interesting one.
What do they do?
It actually started with a pretty simple problem.
Okay.
They were using these fragile tablets for quality inspections.
On the assembly line.
Right, and they were constantly breaking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they decided to try wearable technology.
Like Google Glass.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And what started as a simple equipment swap turned into this whole operational transformation.
Really?
They saw improvements in cycle times, a move towards a paperless environment,
Wow.
even better training processes.
It's amazing how these small changes can have such a big impact.
It is. The wearable tech freed up their hands.
Okay.
They could move more efficiently,
Yeah.
access information in real time.
Right there on the line.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing that led to fewer errors,
It did.
less rework.
So a great example of how technology can really empower the workforce.
Yeah. Now, finally, I want to touch on product platform rationalization.
All right.
Campbell Soup Company had some success with this.
They did. It was all about simplification,
Yep.
focusing on total delivered cost.
So not just the cost of making the product.
Right. All the costs involved in getting it to the customer.
Okay.
And they had this guiding principle. Quality is more important than cost.
That's a good one.
They weren't willing to compromise on quality.
Even when looking for efficiency.
Exactly. And their common platform initiative really paid off.
How so?
Streamlined processes, reduced costs,
Okay.
improved quality, enhanced agility.
So a great example of how simplification and that focus on quality can really go hand in hand.
They do.
You know, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
it's clear that building agile supply chains is a journey.
It is.
It's not a destination.
Yeah.
You have to constantly be improving,
Always learning.
embracing new technologies.
Staying ahead of the curve.
And in today's world, that agility is more important than ever.
Absolutely. Things are changing so fast.
Companies need to be able to adapt,
To innovate.
to think differently.
That's how you thrive in this environment.
So as you think about everything we've discussed,
Yeah.
what are your challenges?
What are your opportunities?
Which of these tactics might work for you?
Remember, there's no one right answer.
Yeah, find what works for your business.
What aligns with your goals?
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of building agile supply chains.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful.
And inspiring.
Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating.
And keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in supply chain management.